Hello YouTube, Shivel here, and in today's video, it's going to be a first episode of like a story time video, I guess you could say. It's a weird story, pretty funny story. Title is going to be kind of clickbait, not gonna lie, gonna be honest here, just because I don't know how to word the title. It's not supposed to sound clickbait, but it's going to sound like it is. So before I get into the story, today, like this whole week for school has been Spirit Week, and yeah, there's not a lot of spirit. I wore like I'm gonna fall over. Captain America socks, because today was camo versus red, white, and blue. So camo versus USA, and obviously I live in the USA. I live in the US, America, whatever you want to call it. But so today was camo versus the US. Yesterday was scholars versus ballers, so nerds versus jocks. Monday was red versus gray. Tomorrow is going to be biker versus hippie. I don't know what I'm going to do for that. And then Friday is just school colors. So today though, with it being camo day, I saw a couple people wearing ghillie suits. Like a full blown, like probably not straight up like military grade, obviously. They're not just going to have their hands on that. I guarantee they're not going to own that. But they had like a full ghillie suit. And it was pretty cool. So now that I've talked about that, that's just a random thing to put aside. My red, white, and blue was my Captain America. Just slap my leg. But yeah, so getting into the story, it is interesting, it is weird, it is pretty funny. And it straight up just like surprised me when this happened. So, story time. Back in my freshman year, or my first year in high school, I am a sophomore now, I'm in my second year out of 4 years. So back in my freshman year, I was doing cross country. If you don't know what cross country is, it's like track, so I was running, but long distance. So I am I can't speak today, one of the weird kids that likes to run. I didn't do cross country this year, but that's because I got a concussion, and I might do a video talking about that story. But, so I was in cross country, and we had to only run 3.1 miles, so a 5 kilometer, and the craziest thing happened on one of these meets. So on this particular meet, or like race where we meet to have a competition with other schools, there was 3 races: the freshman race, the varsity for boys, and the varsity for girls. The junior varsity got put into the varsity for this race, and I was the only one who did not make it into varsity or junior varsity because I was like the slowest person, and my best record was 24 minutes 11 seconds during that season, which 24 minutes to 11 seconds, that roughly goes to about 6 miles an hour, what I was running at, which is pretty good because running 3 miles is a lot, or running 5 kilometers is a lot. It wins you, especially after you run like a mile and a half. You're tired, so you slow down during the race. But there was 3 races. I was the only one in the freshman race. And so we all lined up. We each had like the schools had an individual line for like what kids were in that race. And I was the only one in that race for my school. So I'm just sitting there just like, oh, I'm not ready for this. And everybody's just like, where's the rest of your class? Where's the rest of your school? I was like, I'm the only one for this race, man. And they're like, well, you got this. You go. Stay motivated. And I was like, thank you. And I was saying the same thing to them. So the race in total, in the beginning, I was doing pretty good. But I got tired and all this. I started to slow down, but I kept a pretty good pace. And so after the race, obviously, I ran 5 kilometers. I ran 3 miles, 3.1 miles. I was tired. I was sweating. I was tired. I was out of it. So after the race finished, I'm going back, and I forgot to mention we took a school bus there, so we all had to pack our stuff and get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Because we all had to be at the school and ready with our stuff, like our uniforms, socks, shoes, everything. You had to be ready by like 6 o'clock. So I woke up at like 4 that day. But after this race, I was sweating, I was tired, I just want to like take off my shoes and just sit there and do nothing, waiting for the other people to race, maybe watch them applaud on my school, like applaud my teammates on. But anyways, I was tired and I was sweaty, and so I went back to my group, I went back to my class, my school, like where our area was, and I believe the girls were getting ready for the race, because it went freshman, girls varsity, then boys varsity, and so they were getting ready for the race. They were getting like, they were using the bathroom before, they were getting their socks and shoes on, getting ready, like getting pumped up, doing a little bit of exercises and all this, stretch out, you know what I mean? So they were getting ready for the race. I knew most of them, if not all of them, and the girls were getting ready for the race, and one of the girls walks up to me from my class, from my school. For the sake of this video, for the sake of not saying people's real names, I'll call her Amber. Amber walked up to me with a very nervous smile on her face. Like she wanted to tell me something, but she couldn't tell me. Like, it was weird. I felt awkward immediately. I was like, what are you doing? What are you gonna say? What's up? And so she's like, can I ask you something? I was like, what do you want to ask? She was like, okay, this is gonna sound a little bit weird, but don't take this in the wrong way. You don't have to say yes. You can say no. And then she asked me the weirdest thing ever. I was not expecting this. It threw me off. I don't even remember how I reacted because I was just like, wait, what? So there was like a moment of like silence, like it was awkwardness. So she said, it's gonna sound weird. You don't have to say yes. You can say no. And it's gonna be very, very awkward for you most likely. And then she asked, can I borrow your socks? Can I borrow your socks? What? She asked me to borrow my freaking socks. I was just like, why? And she's like, I forgot mine. I was like, how'd you forget your socks? And she forgot to pack socks for the race. She was like, I forgot my socks. I was like, how? You're wearing shoes right now. I looked down, and she has sandals on. She brought her shoes, but she forgot to pack socks. She obviously didn't want to just like quit the race and not go into the race for this, because that was like a minor issue. She could have went and she probably would have got blisters, let's be honest here. 3 miles is a lot running shoes without socks. But I just thought it was the weirdest thing. I was like, did you check your bag? Yes, I checked my bag. You sure you didn't bring socks? Yes. And I was just like, thinking about it, I was just like, what? I don't know. I don't know how to react to this question. I was just so confused, so surprised. I was just like, because it was awkward at first. Like, have you ever, like, hey man, can I borrow your socks? What? That was a voice crack, but that was weird. I don't know, I guess it just like kind of weirded me out. But I let her borrow my socks. I took them off, and I was just like, they're kind of sweaty. I just ran a race. She's like, it's okay. I know this is weird, but thank you so much. And so she put on the socks, got on her shoes, and then she went to go stretch out with the other girls for the race. And I was just like, this is weird. Do I keep my shoes off? Do I just go barefoot? But like we were in like a weird terrain, and I didn't want to like step on a sticker or something. That hurt. So I just put on my shoes without my socks. And so after her race, she gave the socks back, and she's like, I know that was weird, but thank you so much. She was just like grateful. And I was just like, yeah, anytime. Because like, how do you react? What would you do if someone walked up to you and asked to borrow your socks? Like, not like a pair of socks, but the socks on your feet at that moment. That was weird for me. Like, I don't know, it's just a funny experience, but I was just like, what? There was a silent, awkward moment between us when she asked me that. I didn't know how to respond. But she did pretty good on the race, so did I. Apparently those were the lucky socks, I don't know. Anyway, this has been a weird video. Very, very weird story. I don't know. I don't know how to react. But it's weird. So I guess this has been it for this video. I'm probably going to do another story video on me getting my concussion. Obviously that won't be as funny. Maybe. I blacked out a couple times. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I guess leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below if you want more like stories, I guess. I've lived a very weird life. I've been through a lot of experiences, so I should have a couple good stories to tell. But anyway, this has been it. This is Shivel, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace.